We're watching the price action lift shares so closely because there is this thought that it's going to set the tone. Does it set the tone?
Everyone's definitely watching this right now, but I think we need to look at every company that's coming to market right now individually. And I think we can expect that there's always going to be some volatility around some of these unicorns that are going out.
You make the point that in a business that's new, in a business that's disruptive, it takes the market some time to sort of grasp how it should be valued. At what point typically after the IPO does the market feel comfortable in grasping the value?
Well, as we look back at history, it's varies significantly, but some of them they'll settle pretty quickly here in the next week or two. Others, it can take a while as investors try to really figure out and understand the story and the growth, where the growth is going to come from. But these unicorns are really exciting, and I think there's a lot to watch as we look forward here.
Why are they so exciting if we don't really understand what the valuation is? If retail investors who buy into the IPO afterwards, I understand that it's not all about the retail investor and how they do, but if they're feeling a little bit burned because of this and feeling there's no reason to get into an IPO in the first days it goes public.
IPOs are longer-term investments these days, especially in this class, right? These companies are very disruptive. Some are profitable, others are not. We even see some of our unicorns that, the revenues, the hype around them makes them think these are significant companies, like billion-dollar revenue companies, are not necessarily at that size. So these have a long-term growth cycle. The valuation's going to move around. I think retail investors should brace themselves because this is not, a steady shot.
So, but you look at the lift. Do you think that's priced properly now? How do you even know if it's where it should be priced?
It's a good question. I think this is all going to settle out hopefully here in the next few weeks, and folks will feel pretty comfortable.
But what's going to happen in the next few weeks? See, I'm not actually convinced it's going to settle out in the next few weeks.
Quarters coming out.
Yeah,
quarters coming out.
But just because you get the quarterly numbers, you think that somehow is going to change the whole dynamic?
Well, quarters will, it's only been a few weeks, right, since they priced. We're going to see how the quarters come out. And this is typical of really all companies, as their new IPO companies. Some have a little bit longer stretch before their first quarter.
Let me ask you a lift-related question. It relates to the earnings and whether you think they're actually going to have an impact, because I'm not, by the way, so convinced it's going to. I mean, I'm sure it'll do something, but I'm not sure what it's going to do, because I can't figure out whether investors want to see massive revenue growth and don't care about the losses, or whether they want to see the losses get pared back and they care less about the growth. That's the thing that I have no conception right now when it comes to a stock like that of where the investor class really is.
The unicorn class is unique. And there's been so much hype around the unicorn class now for 5 years plus, right? These companies are now hitting their 8-year, 10-year marks. A couple of them are a little bit younger. But there's so much excitement because there's so much, they're B2C companies, right? And it's so personal. And these are companies that you have been involved with as a retail investor.
What if Pinterest comes out on Thursday, Uber comes out, and they both also trade well the first day, decently the first day, then trade lower? How does that set the tone for the rest of the unicorns after that?
Again, I think we have to watch this a little bit longer. We can't watch first-day returns consistently around a lot of our sort of brand name tech companies. We do see pops, some stabilize, some move down.
But this could mean less money for the unicorns still coming out. I mean, they're presumably, if each IPO that comes out trades poorly, they will all price lower, which impacts the amount of money they raise.
And I think each investor group is looking at each company individually. So it's a little hard to judge at this point, but definitely, I mean, I think we can expect some price fluctuations over the next few weeks.